Welcome back. Amy Berry is in the studio now from the Tahoe Fund. What's happening tonight?
Hey, Kristen, good to see you. Thanks for having me.
Good to see you. Yeah.
Lots of good stuff going on.
Lots of good stuff. Ramping up for summertime. Things changing along the East Shore. Exciting changes. We'll talk about those in just a second. But first of all, let people know what the Tahoe Fund is.
Sure. Well, the Tahoe Fund is an environmental nonprofit, and our real focus is how do we get more environmental improvement projects done around the lake. So we are sort of the private arm with a lot of public-private partnerships.
Okay.
That's a lot to say, public-private partnerships.
You did really well. I'm not going to attempt it.
So we've helped, in the last 6 years, we've helped with over 20 projects around the lake. A lot of watershed restoration projects, a lot of removal of aquatic invasive species out of the lake, weeds and clams, and bike paths. Bike paths seem to be our most popular projects around the lake.
You've got a big one going in now.
We sure do. So our biggest project to date is the new bike path from Incline to Sand Harbor. It's going to be 3 miles long, 10 feet wide, all ADA accessible. It's going to start on the mountainside, kind of wrap around, and then in the fall, this past fall, they actually put a tunnel under the road. So right at Hidden Beach, there's now a tunnel at Tunnel Creek. It's the Tunnel Creek Tunnel.
Yep.
And then from Hidden Beach, we'll go all the way to Sand Harbor, all along the lake. It's going to be absolutely spectacular.
It's a beautiful shoreline there, making it a lot easier access for some of those beaches and for people to really enjoy Lake Tahoe for what it is. It is an active place, and to be one with nature there, be able to get on that bike and get out to Sand Harbor, families, hello, it's awesome.
It's interesting. The real reason that we're getting this amazing bike path is it's a huge safety improvement along that corridor.
Yes.
If you've ever driven along 28, you've noticed you have the people with the they have their floaties around their neck and they're dragging a cooler and their dog.
The dog's on the 10-foot leash.
And it's a highway, and there's nowhere for the people to walk. So what's really awesome is people will now have their own dedicated place. And we call it a bike path, but it's a path. So there'll be people walking, there'll be people biking, there'll be people strolling. I've had a lot of people say they're going to get their rollerblades out of the closet, dust them off. So it'll be fantastic. And they were able to put in a bunch of new parking spots, a whole bunch of water erosion control work in the fall. And now starting May, and the tunnel. And then starting May 1st, they're going to start constructing the actual trail.
Okay.
And it'll take about two seasons because we have such short construction seasons in Tahoe, so May to October. But it's going to completely transform the East Shore in a way that people just can't even imagine.
That's
I can't
exciting.
Wait.
So it starts an incline right there at the Tunnel Creek station, correct?
It does, yeah. So Tunnel Creek Cafe, and it's about a mile before it hits the tunnel. So a mile on the mountainside and then 2 miles on the lakeside. And it's such a great project because really the reason that it was able to happen is the private community stepped up. The public funding was there. I mean, NDOT has put a ton of money in. They're actually responsible for building it. Washoe County, state bonds are putting money in. IVGID's helping. And the federal government has a $12.5 million grant. But in order to secure it, the private community, through the Tahoe Fund, had to come up with $500,000. And so I'm really excited to say we've now raised over $1 million for that project from the private community.
That's wonderful. Yeah, that's such great information.
And we've got everybody from a $100,000 donation to $100. And if you donate $100 to the project, you can get your name on the donor wall at the trailhead.
Oh, that's awesome. So anyone can get involved in this and really have a tangible claim to keeping Tahoe environmental.
Our tagline at the Tahoe Fund is together creating a legacy. And so we can't think of a better way to leave your legacy than to put your name on this iconic trail that's going to be something that people are going to visit and treasure for years and years to come.
TahoeFund.org. TahoeFund.org. Thank you so much, Amy.
Thank you, Kristen.
Coming in the studio this evening. More Tahoe Tonight coming up.